Bell was a physicist who worked at CERN. Reading the RSE article, he wondered if a theory of hidden variables could produce the same results as quantum mechanics. Physicists had remained silent until Bell, because no one had thought of an experiment to test it. Bell designed the Bell Inequality experiment, which we call his name. Under the assumptions that define this experiment, theories of latent variables should have led to some kind of inequality. Quantum mechanics would violate inequality. Great, but this was just a mathematical thought experiment. The Bell Inequality experiment was first performed in 1972 by Stuart Freedman and John Clauser of the University of California, Berkeley. In their measurements, they proved that inequality is violated and that nature is quantum. Still, this was a controversial result, because the margin of error was high in the test results. There were some loopholes to reconcile latent variables with observations. For example, if two detectors looking at entangled particles had time to interact with each other, you could talk about the remote strange effect, RSE. Fortunately, in the late 70s, new physicists eagerly gravitating toward this field found a way to experiment and measure individual photons. This made things easier, and in the 80s Alan Aspect and his team showed with high precision that inequality was violated by closing the remaining gaps. For many physicists, the topic was closed. Einstein was wrong and there were no hidden variables. There was only one gap left in Bell's theorem, which is the issue of free will. What about the second quantum revolution and quantum teleportation?